Hi, my name is AJ Sikora, and my project is about predicting lineup scoring in baseball. Baseball is my favorite sport, and I've started to develop an interest in the analytical side of the game. Math and computer science are my strongest subjects, and I like the logical approach to problem solving that they both use. And so being able to combine that with baseball puts two of my main interests together, and I hope to go into a career in baseball analytics in the future. So for this project, I decided to write a Python program that takes a lineup from the user and predicts the average number of runs that lineup will score. So it does this by simulating games using the player's real MLB data and then calculating an average to figure out the number of runs it predicts. All right, so now I'll walk you through a run of my program so I can show you how it works and what it does. So first, you'll see a list of all of the 30 MLB teams. So you can pick your favorite team. My team is the Yankees, so I'm going to pick them. And you can pick the rosters from last year or this year, so I'll go with this year. And then it asks you how many games you want to simulate. So the reason that I offer this as an option is that the more games you simulate, the more accurate it's going to be, but it will also take longer. So I'm going to pick 100,000 simulations because that usually takes between 30 seconds and a minute, and it should produce a fairly small range, so it'll be a high level of confidence with the results. Then I ask if you want to see the play-by-play, which I'm going to say no, because that's more if you wanted to do, say, 1 or 2 simulations and you wanted to see what happens play-by-play, single, strikeout, walk, etc. But that's more for a small number of simulations. So now it'll give you the roster of your team, well, all of the eligible hitters on your team, and you get to pick your lineup. So I'm just going to go with something that I've seen the Yankees do fairly often. They like to go righty-lefty. So we'll start off with Anthony Volpe leading off. Then we'll go to Juan Soto. Then we'll go Aaron Judge. And then Anthony Rizzo. Giancarlo Stanton. So each player that I'm typing in, I'm just typing the number that is next to their name in the roster, and then a comma to separate them. So I'll just finish this off here with Trevino and then Cabrera. So then you hit enter, and it'll print your lineup again for you so you can see what you did. And like I said, this should take about 30 seconds to a minute, so I'll cut it here and I'll come back when it's done. All right, so you can see here my program predicts that this lineup will score between 4.5274 and 4.6884 runs per game on average. So this is an average, right? Obviously, they're not going to score 4.6 runs in one game, but this gives you a pretty good idea of, if you use this lineup a bunch of times over and over again, this is around the number of runs they should score. So if you're trying to set your lineup, you can use this and you can compare different lineups you might be considering and see which one looks like it should score more on average, which should give you a better chance to win on average. There are still some improvements I'd like to make to this project, and I hope to continue working on it in the future, but I'm confident that the results that I'm getting now are still pretty accurate. I learned a lot along the way working on this project, of course, about coding, but also about managing a long-term project and problem solving contacting experts to help me with it, and a lot of other things as well. So thank you for taking the time to check out my project, and I hope you enjoyed it and learned something also.